Seniors, your daily exercises may be silently damaging your heart without you realizing it. Many common workouts that seem healthy might actually harm your aging heart over time. If you are over 60, you need to know which 5 exercises secretly put your heart at serious risk. If you are over 60, every move you make has a powerful effect on your heart. What if I told you that some of the most common exercises, the ones many believe are helping them stay strong, might actually be slowly harming their heart health each day? As a heart doctor, I have seen this happen far too often. Seniors come into my clinic feeling fine, only to discover rising blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, or signs of heart strain they never expected. In many cases, it is not a bad diet or a lack of exercise causing these issues. It is the wrong type of movement. Certain exercises can be too intense, too sudden, or too demanding for a heart that has grown more delicate with age. Most seniors do not even realize they are making this dangerous mistake. In this video, I am going to share with you 5 specific exercises that you should avoid if you want to protect your heart. But do not worry, I will also guide you towards safer, healthier alternatives that strengthen without harming. Your heart deserves care, not unnecessary strain. Let us begin with the first one, which might even be part of your routine today. 1. High intensity interval. Training and overexertion, the silent threat to aging hearts. After 60, your heart is no longer the same as it was in your youth. It has carried you faithfully through many decades of life's challenges, joys, and changes. Every beat has worked tirelessly to support you day after day, year after year. But with age, your heart naturally becomes more fragile, more sensitive, and far less forgiving of physical extremes than it once was. The passing years bring subtle yet significant changes to the arteries, the heart muscle itself, and the electrical signals that coordinate every beat. These gradual shifts, while often silent, lay the groundwork for increased vulnerability. This is precisely why high-intensity interval training, or HIIT as it is commonly called, can present serious and often underestimated dangers for older adults. HIIT has become incredibly popular in modern fitness culture, often praised as one of the most efficient methods to build endurance, burn fat, lose weight quickly, and boost cardiovascular performance. These workouts are structured around short, intense bursts of exertion, followed by brief recovery periods. While this format can deliver impressive results for younger, healthier individuals with resilient hearts and flexible arteries, it may turn into a hidden danger zone for seniors. What appears to be a brief, energizing workout can quietly place tremendous strain on a heart that has already endured decades of silent wear and tear. I have personally witnessed many seniors who enthusiastically adopt these trendy workout programs. They approach them with optimism and admirable intentions, staying physically fit, extending their lifespan, maintaining their independence, and remaining active for the sake of their children, grandchildren, and personal quality of life. Often, they believe that pushing themselves harder, sweating more, and embracing discomfort is the secret to longevity. The familiar cultural message of no pain, no gain can feel deeply rooted and motivating. Yet, for seniors, the biological reality is far more complicated and much more delicate. During high-intensity workouts, the sudden demands placed on the heart are significant and immediate. The heart must rapidly accelerate to supply oxygen-rich blood to muscles that are suddenly demanding peak performance. This abrupt increase in workload forces the heart to pump at rates and pressures that may far exceed what it can safely handle. For seniors already managing high blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, or arteries stiffened and narrowed by years of gradual plaque buildup, these quick spikes in demand can trigger dangerous cardiovascular events. What makes this issue even more concerning is that the damage rarely announces itself right away. Instead, it unfolds silently and slowly over time, often without any clear or dramatic symptoms. The heart quietly strains in the background, absorbing the hidden stress. Blood pressure can rise to unsafe levels without producing any outward warning signs. The electrical system controlling the heartbeat may become erratic, leading to minor arrhythmias that seniors may not notice. Many older adults may feel only slightly dizzy, unusually fatigued, or mildly short of breath after these intense workouts, easily dismissing these signs as just part of growing older. Yet inside, their hearts may be sending out warning signals that remain unheard until something more serious occurs. This is why HIIT presents such a dangerous paradox for seniors. The individuals engaging in these workouts typically do so with the purest intentions. They are not being careless. They are actively trying to preserve their independence, extend their lives, and continue enjoying time with loved ones. Sadly, by unknowingly exceeding the safe limits of their cardiovascular system, they may unintentionally place themselves at risk for emergency room visits, extended hospital stays, or serious life-altering cardiovascular complications. Exercise should always serve as a protective force for the aging heart, never as a harmful one. The goal is not to eliminate movement altogether, but rather to select forms of exercise that support and strengthen the cardiovascular system, while avoiding sudden shocks or overwhelming strain. Gentle, consistent walking provides steady cardiovascular work without intense fluctuations in heart rate or blood pressure. Tai Chi offers slow, controlled movements that promote balance, flexibility, and mental focus while nurturing heart health. Light swimming allows the heart to work rhythmically and efficiently, easing the burden on joints and circulation and offering a full-body workout that is especially well suited to seniors. True strength after 60 is not about how intensely you can push your body, but how wisely and consistently you can care for it. Sustainable, steady routines build resilience while honoring the natural transformations your body has experienced over time. It is about respecting the wisdom that aging offers, rather than resisting it in pursuit of outdated ideals. But as serious as the risks of high IT may be for aging hearts, this is not the only danger hiding within modern fitness routines. Another often overlooked threat quietly surfaces in both home workouts and gym sessions, where well-meaning seniors may unknowingly place even more pressure on their cardiovascular system. 2. Core crunches and heavy lifting, when strength training backfires. Many people believe that building muscle is one of the best ways to protect themselves as they grow older, and to a large extent, that belief holds true. Maintaining strong muscles helps preserve mobility, supports balance, reduces the risk of falls, and allows seniors to remain independent in their daily lives. Muscle strength plays a vital role in everyday activities, whether it's carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or simply rising from a chair with confidence. Without question, strength training provides enormous health benefits for aging adults when done correctly. However, what many people fail to realize is that certain strength training exercises, especially when performed improperly or without appropriate supervision, can create serious hidden risks for the aging heart. Over the years, I have witnessed a concerning pattern emerge in my practice as a heart specialist. Well-intentioned seniors, highly motivated to stay fit and healthy, often select exercises that unknowingly place dangerous strain on their cardiovascular system. Among the most troubling are core-focused movements like crunches, sit-ups, and exercises that involve lifting heavy weights or working against significant resistance. When performing these types of exercises, especially when pushing hard or straining during a repetition, seniors often generate significant internal pressure inside both the abdomen and chest cavity. This internal pressure, known medically as intra-abdominal and thoracic pressure, doesn't stay localized in the muscles being targeted. Instead, it spreads through the entire circulatory system, sharply increasing blood pressure within a very short span of time. Every time a heavy weight is lifted or an intense core contraction occurs, this internal surge forces the heart to immediately compensate for the sudden spike in vascular resistance, often placing it under tremendous and sudden stress. For many seniors, this can be particularly dangerous. As we age, arteries lose much of their youthful elasticity and flexibility. Small plaques may silently accumulate over decades, narrowing blood vessels and reducing their capacity to handle sudden changes in blood flow. When this reality combines with pre-existing conditions such as hypertension or undiagnosed coronary artery disease, the abrupt pressure surges caused by heavy lifting can provoke serious cardiovascular events. The heart is abruptly asked to pump against quickly rising resistance, which may overwhelm its natural ability to adapt, especially if underlying heart disease has not yet been detected. I have personally treated numerous patients who have experienced alarming symptoms shortly after engaging in heavy lifting or intense abdominal exercises. Some have fainted mid-repetition due to sudden drops in blood pressure or brief disruptions in heart rhythm. Others develop chest pain, dizziness, or abnormal heart rhythms during or shortly after their workouts. These events often take patients and their families completely by surprise. After all, these seniors were not neglecting their health. Quite the opposite. They were making an admirable effort to remain active, believing they were doing everything right to support their longevity. The heartbreaking truth is that even exercises that once felt simple or routine earlier in life can become hazardous as the body ages. The circulatory system, which once handled these quick surges effortlessly, becomes less flexible and more reactive over time. What used to be safe can now provoke unstable blood pressure responses or disrupt normal heart rhythms in ways seniors have never previously experienced. Adding to the danger is a surprisingly common habit many people unknowingly develop while strength training, holding their breath during the most challenging phase of a lift. This breath-holding technique, known as the Valsalva maneuver, dramatically amplifies internal pressure, causing even greater spikes in blood pressure during exertion. For an aging cardiovascular system, this sudden surge can become the tipping point, leading to dizziness, fainting, dangerous arrhythmias, or, in severe cases, life-threatening cardiac events. However, despite these real concerns, it is essential to emphasize that strength training remains a crucial component of healthy aging. The solution is not to eliminate resistance training altogether, but rather to modify how it is performed. With the proper adjustments, seniors can safely build and maintain the muscle strength they need while protecting their hearts. Gentle, progressive strength-building routines that use resistance bands, light hand weights, or carefully controlled bodyweight exercises can deliver excellent results without subjecting the cardiovascular system to extreme pressure surges. These safer alternatives allow seniors to engage their muscles effectively while maintaining better control over breathing, posture, and blood pressure stability. Working with experienced trainers, physical therapists, or medical professionals who understand the unique challenges of aging hearts can ensure that exercise programs are customized for both safety and effectiveness. Equally important is the consistent practice of proper breathing techniques during strength exercises. Exhaling steadily during the exertion phase of each lift helps stabilize blood pressure and prevent dangerous internal pressure spikes. Learning to coordinate breath with movement not only protects the cardiovascular system, but also improves strength, posture, and overall body control. In the end, strength training can and should remain a cornerstone of senior fitness, but only when approached with mindfulness, caution, and a deep respect for the body's evolving needs. Protecting the heart while building muscle requires wisdom, careful planning, and an understanding of how aging changes the body's response to physical stress. Yet even when strength exercises are performed safely and correctly, there are still other silent threats that may arise not from the exercise itself, but from the environment in which the activity takes place. 3. Exercising in extreme temperatures, the hidden danger of weather. Exercise remains one of the most important keys to maintaining good health as we age. It supports cardiovascular function, improves mobility, strengthens muscles, and uplifts mood. But for seniors, the benefits of exercise depend not only on the activity itself, but also on when and where it takes place. Timing and environment play a much larger role than many people realize, often turning a healthy routine into an unexpected risk when conditions are not carefully considered. Throughout my years as a physician, I have seen countless older adults eager to stay active make the innocent decision to step outside for a walk on a bright winter morning or a warm summer afternoon. On the surface, these choices seem harmless, even healthy. Fresh air, sunshine, and movement all sound like positive ingredients for well-being. But what many seniors do not fully understand is how powerfully the environment can work against the heart, especially when the body's internal regulation systems have begun to weaken with age. As we grow older, our ability to control and regulate internal body temperature becomes less efficient. The physiological systems that once allowed younger bodies to adjust quickly to changing temperatures slow down. In cold weather, blood vessels naturally constrict in an effort to conserve heat and maintain a stable core temperature. While this process serves an important purpose, it also causes blood pressure to rise sharply, adding extra strain on the heart. For seniors who may already be managing hypertension, narrowed arteries, or plaque buildup, this increase in vascular resistance can become dangerous very quickly. The cold can also thicken the blood slightly, making it more difficult for the heart to pump. This combination of elevated pressure and thicker blood increases the risk of cardiovascular strain, angina, or even sudden cardiac events, particularly for individuals with underlying heart conditions that may not yet have been diagnosed. Even a simple walk around the block on a freezing morning can become far more stressful on the heart than it appears on the surface. Conversely, hot weather introduces an entirely different set of challenges. In extreme heat, the body attempts to cool itself by dilating blood vessels and increasing sweat production. The heart must pump faster to maintain circulation while the body loses fluids rapidly through perspiration. Seniors are especially vulnerable to dehydration because their sense of thirst often diminishes with age, making it easy to become dehydrated without realizing it. Even mild dehydration thickens the blood further, making circulation more difficult and increasing the workload on the heart. In hot, humid conditions, the cardiovascular system faces a double burden. Not only is the heart pumping faster to cool the body, but it must also work harder to circulate thicker, less hydrated blood. This combination of increased heart rate, fluid loss, and dilated blood vessels can trigger dizziness, fainting, irregular heartbeats, or, in severe cases, heat exhaustion or heat stroke. I have personally witnessed seniors collapse during short walks in hot weather, or experience alarming shortness of breath after only a few minutes outside during winter. What makes these situations particularly dangerous is how subtle they often feel in the beginning. Many seniors brush off early warning signs like lightheadedness, fatigue, or mild chest discomfort, believing these sensations are simply part of aging or minor issues that will pass. Unfortunately, by the time more serious symptoms appear, the heart may already be under considerable strain, and the consequences can escalate rapidly. The heart does not require marathon distances or grueling workouts to be stressed. Simply exposing it to the wrong environmental conditions at the wrong time can be enough to place serious, sometimes life-threatening demands on its function. That is why awareness and preparation are so essential for safe exercise at this stage of life. Thankfully, protecting the heart from environmental risks is both simple and highly effective. The first step is to choose indoor environments for physical activity whenever possible. Climate-controlled gyms, senior fitness centres, or even safe home routines allow seniors to exercise in stable temperatures that place less strain on the cardiovascular system. These controlled conditions provide peace of mind, ensuring that heart health remains protected regardless of the weather outside. If outdoor exercise is preferred or necessary, several precautions can dramatically reduce the risks. Seniors should avoid exercising during the hottest or coldest parts of the day, choosing instead early mornings in summer or late mornings in winter when temperatures are more moderate. Dressing in breathable, moisture-wicking layers allows for better body temperature regulation. In cold weather, thermal layers and protective outerwear can help prevent excessive constriction of blood vessels. Hydration is another critical factor. Seniors should make a conscious habit of drinking water before, during, and after physical activity, even if they do not feel thirsty. Consistent hydration helps the heart maintain optimal blood volume and flow, reducing cardiovascular strain. Most importantly, seniors must learn to listen carefully to their bodies. If you begin to feel dizzy, fatigued, unusually breathless, or experience chest discomfort during outdoor activity, stop immediately and move to a safe, comfortable place. Do not ignore these warning signs. Early intervention can prevent far more serious outcomes. While extreme temperatures are a visible danger that can be avoided with planning, there remains another silent threat that many seniors face, one that lies not in the weather, but in the type of movements chosen during exercise. 4. Jumping, rapid movements, and sudden direction. Changes, the chaotic challenge, fast-paced exercises often feel invigorating, especially for seniors who are motivated to fight back against the natural process of aging. The desire to remain energetic, vibrant, and independent can drive many older adults to adopt fitness routines that include jumping jacks, stair sprints, burpees, and quick-paced aerobic sessions. On the surface, these movements may appear harmless or even highly beneficial, particularly when compared to leading a completely sedentary lifestyle. Movement, after all, is always preferable to inactivity. However, for aging bodies, these rapid, jarring motions can quietly create a series of hidden dangers that frequently go unnoticed until problems suddenly arise, sometimes without any prior warning signs. I have seen many proud and determined seniors enter group fitness classes or enthusiastically follow along with energetic online workouts designed primarily for younger audiences. Their discipline and motivation are deeply inspiring, and their intentions are always admirable. They want to stay active, maintain their independence, and prove to themselves and others that they are still fully capable of moving like they once did. This spirit of resilience and self-determination is beautiful to witness. Yet, despite these positive motivations, I have also seen firsthand the serious consequences that follow when aging bodies are pushed into exercises that unintentionally challenge their physiological limits in ways they may not fully anticipate or prepare for. The truth is that what might feel like a simple jump, hop, or quick directional change is far more complex beneath the surface. These seemingly basic movements actually engage multiple systems simultaneously, placing instant demands on balance, coordination, muscle response, cardiovascular output, and neurological reflexes. As we grow older, several biological systems that support these functions naturally begin to slow and lose efficiency. The nervous system reacts more sluggishly to positional changes, which means the body takes longer to stabilize after rapid shifts in movement. The muscles, though still capable, do not respond as quickly to sudden adjustments. Meanwhile, the arteries and veins, having lost much of their youthful elasticity, struggle to accommodate abrupt surges in blood flow. Rapid movements such as jumping, twisting, or shifting direction force the cardiovascular system to adapt instantly. Each burst of motion requires rapid fluctuations in heart rate, changes in blood pressure, and swift adjustments in oxygen delivery throughout the body. The heart must accelerate and decelerate within extremely short windows, while the vascular system simultaneously attempts to regulate these intense shifts. For seniors who may already have mild or undiagnosed cardiovascular concerns, this rapid back and forth demand can easily trigger irregular heart rhythms, dangerous spikes, or sudden drops in blood pressure, and even brief moments of oxygen deprivation to the brain. As a result, dizziness, shortness of breath, or sudden fainting episodes can occur with little or no advance warning. One of the most serious and immediate risks in these scenarios is falling. As we age, the body's reflexes naturally diminish and balance mechanisms grow weaker. Recovery from even minor stumbles becomes much more difficult and less reliable. A simple misstep during a fast turn or an awkward landing after a jump can lead to devastating consequences, such as broken hips, fractured bones, head trauma, or long-term loss of mobility and independence. Unfortunately, these injuries often initiate a downward spiral where fear of falling again discourages seniors from exercising altogether, leading to even greater physical decline and loss of confidence. What makes these risks even more heartbreaking is that seniors are usually not pushing themselves recklessly or out of arrogance. Many simply want to maintain their freedom of movement and avoid feeling like aging is limiting their lives or reducing their quality of life. They believe, quite reasonably, that challenging themselves physically will help preserve their vitality and prevent deterioration. However, true strength and resilience in the later stages of life come not from how quickly or forcefully one can move, but from how skillfully one maintains control, stability, and consistency over time. Thankfully, There are much safer and highly effective alternatives that allow seniors to build strength, enhance flexibility, and protect cardiovascular health without risking injury or placing excess strain on the heart. Slow, controlled exercises like Tai Chi provide gentle, intentional movements that train balance, coordination, and muscle strength while supporting healthy circulation and joint function. Water aerobics offers excellent resistance training in a low-impact, joint-friendly environment, minimizing stress on vulnerable areas while improving cardiovascular endurance and muscular strength. Even daily stretching routines can significantly improve flexibility, preserve long-term mobility, and promote relaxation, all while maintaining heart safety and avoiding sudden strain. These gentler forms of exercise may not carry the same visible intensity or dramatic appeal as fast-paced routines, but they offer far more sustainable and protective long-term benefits for seniors seeking to maintain their health safely. By choosing exercise programs that align with the body's current physical capabilities, and by fully respecting the natural changes that come with aging, older adults can continue to enjoy the many physical, emotional, and social benefits of movement while greatly minimizing potential harm. Yet, even when exercise routines are carefully selected, thoughtfully modified, and properly aligned with the senior's physical condition, there remains one final, often overlooked threat that can quietly undermine heart health. This danger does not come from how you move, but from when you choose to move. The timing of exercise can be just as crucial as the type of exercise itself when it comes to protecting the heart. 5. Exercising too late at night. The quiet disruption of healing sleep. At first glance, exercising in the evening seems like a smart and convenient solution. The busyness of the day has ended, the house is quiet, and many seniors feel this is finally the perfect time to move their bodies. With no work or appointments left to handle, evening workouts appear to offer a peaceful way to stay disciplined and maintain a healthy routine. The calm of night may feel like an ideal backdrop for staying committed to personal health goals, but beneath this seemingly harmless habit lies a hidden danger that is often overlooked, especially as we grow older. For seniors, late-night physical activity may quietly disrupt one of the body's most essential healing processes: deep, restorative sleep. Throughout my years of working with older adults, I have encountered many well-intentioned seniors who take evening walks, perform gentle cardio, or complete quick workout sessions shortly before bed. They believe they are making good use of their time and following through on their commitment to stay active. However, even light physical exertion too close to bedtime can inadvertently activate the sympathetic nervous system, which prepares the body for action rather than for rest. This activation leads to elevated heart rates, increased adrenaline release, and higher core body temperatures, all of which work directly against the body's natural efforts to wind down and prepare for sleep. As we age, our sleep patterns become increasingly delicate and easily disturbed. The brain's ability to regulate sleep-wake cycles weakens, and circadian rhythms become far more sensitive to external influences. What may have once been a minor disruption in youth can now easily turn into a full night of tossing and turning for seniors. Late-night exercise sends confusing signals to the body's internal clock, disrupting the delicate hormonal and neurological transitions that the brain needs to enter the early stages of deep, restorative sleep. The consequences of disrupted sleep go far beyond simply feeling groggy or fatigued the following day. When seniors fail to enter deep sleep regularly, their cardiovascular system suffers silently but profoundly. During deep sleep, blood pressure naturally lowers, the heart rate stabilizes, and inflammatory markers decrease. This period of rest allows the heart to repair itself, stabilize electrical activity, and regulate essential hormones that help control blood sugar, manage stress, and balance metabolism. When this healing window is cut short or interrupted by late-night activity, the heart loses critical time it needs to recover, strengthen, and reset. Extensive research has shown that poor sleep quality is strongly linked to numerous cardiovascular risks. Chronic sleep disruptions contribute to elevated blood pressure, systemic inflammation, and greater insulin resistance, all of which increase the likelihood of developing heart disease, stroke, and arrhythmias over time. In some cases, seniors who routinely exercise late at night may unknowingly place themselves on a gradual path toward worsening heart health, despite their best intentions to improve their fitness. The irony is particularly painful. Seniors are often deeply committed to exercising as a way to protect and enhance their long-term health. Yet the timing of their workouts can quietly undermine many of the very benefits they are trying so hard to achieve. While their muscles may feel strengthened, their hearts remain vulnerable if they sacrifice the deep, uninterrupted sleep that their bodies depend on for healing and protection. This does not mean that seniors should avoid exercise altogether. On the contrary, physical activity remains one of the most powerful tools available for preserving cardiovascular health and overall well-being well into the later years of life. The key lies in aligning exercise routines with the body's natural biological rhythms. Morning or early afternoon workouts are far more beneficial for most seniors. Early day activity helps stabilize circadian rhythms, boost energy levels throughout the day, and promote deeper, more restorative sleep at night. Even light morning walks serve as powerful signals to the brain, reinforcing healthy sleep-wake cycles. Exposure to natural daylight in the morning helps reset the body's internal clock, allowing hormonal patterns that govern sleep quality to remain balanced later in the evening. These seemingly small shifts in routine can make a remarkable difference, allowing seniors to enjoy all the benefits of exercise while preserving the heart's critical overnight recovery period. Equally important is developing an evening routine that emphasizes relaxation rather than stimulation. Seniors should consider adopting calming activities before bedtime, such as gentle stretching, deep breathing, reading, or mindfulness meditation. These simple but effective practices help lower heart rate, reduce nervous system arousal, and gently prepare both mind and body for the healing rest that is so vital to long-term cardiovascular stability. In the end, protecting the heart requires much more than simply choosing the right type of exercises. It requires choosing the right timing for those exercises as well. By respecting the delicate balance between activity and rest, seniors can give their hearts not only the exercise they need, but also the recovery they deserve. True heart health after 60 is not just about how much you move, but also about when you move. A well-timed workout strengthens the body, but restful, uninterrupted sleep is where the heart truly restores and heals. The closing reflection, a message from my heart to yours. If you have stayed with me this far, it tells me you care deeply about your health, not just about living longer, but living better. As a doctor who has spent decades sitting beside seniors in hospitals and clinics, I have seen far too many lives altered by decisions that seemed small at the time. I have heard the same heartbreaking words repeated again and again. I didn't think it was a big deal. That simple phrase haunts me because after 60, nearly everything becomes a big deal. How you move, what you eat, when you rest, and how you manage stress all deeply affect your heart. This incredible organ has served you tirelessly for decades. Now, it asks for your attention, not out of fear, but out of respect. You do not need to train like you are 30. You do not need to chase impossible standards of youthful energy. What you need is consistency, kindness, and wisdom. There is no reward for overexertion. The true reward is waking up each morning with a steady heart and a peaceful mind. Let go of the myth that more effort always equals better results. Choose smarter, not harder. Walk with intention. Rest with purpose. Move in harmony with your age, not in rebellion against it. That is real strength. That is real courage. And that is how you protect your heart. Even with safer exercise habits, there is one final lesson I hope you carry with you. The greatest danger to your heart is not simply doing too much. It is also doing nothing. The cost of inactivity builds quietly over time. The heart gives you everything. It beats for you without asking. It supports every emotion, every step, and every year of your life. But after 60, it asks you to listen. These 5 exercises I have warned you about are not evil in themselves. They were simply not designed for the aging heart. What once made you feel alive may now cause strain, and that is perfectly natural. Aging is not weakness, it is wisdom. Your path forward is not about pushing harder, but about choosing better, breathing deeper, moving gently, honoring the quiet power of consistency and balance. Every choice you make today adds life to your years and years to your life. So take that next step carefully, kindly, and with your heart in mind. You are not too old. It is not too late. And every small, gentle decision you make still matters. Now, I would love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you have learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let us support each other on this journey toward living longer and living better. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment with the number 1. If not, feel free to leave a 0. Your feedback helps me continue to bring you meaningful content. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more heart-protecting advice. Thank you for watching. And here is to living your best life on your own terms.